Hazel E just joined the conversation to share her thoughts about Beyoncé's child, Sir Carter, and it appears that everyone, even their mother, has something negative to say about him. Additionally, based on a lot of online conversation, it appears that she also believes Sir has a disability. She spoke out against Sir and backed Kanye West. You might remember Kanye's latest outburst in which he referred to Beyoncé's twins as the ruler. You won't believe how bold Hazel E is that she made a remark about that. Does this mean Hazel knows something we don't? And how does Beyoncé feel about everyone turning up for her kids in this way? Let's analyze. That being said, if you have been following the subject, you are aware that Kanye's comments did not initiate the long-running rumors surrounding Sir Carter. As one of the most secretive superstars in Hollywood, Beyoncé rarely gives the public access to personal information. Viewers have noted that she seems particularly protective of Sir, despite her strong protectiveness of her children. In addition to starring in movies, Blue Ivy has performed live at the Renaissance Tour and the Grammy Awards. Even though she keeps to herself, we do occasionally see her kids, except for Sir, who was spotted multiple times during the Renaissance Tour and even the Super Bowl. Rumors that he has a disability have been circulating since he hasn't been seen in public for years. We don't know, Sir might be fine and just your normal child. But if he does have a problem, she might want to protect him even more. You are all aware of how vicious the internet can be, thus, nobody wants to expose a child to such horrible behavior. Don't act like folks didn't immediately come for Blue Ivy. It looks like there are actual grown adults out here picking on a baby over her hair. Although she had not yet spoken, they dared to call her hair untidy and make a number of inappropriate, meaningless comments about her. It's absurd because it never really, even though she is 13 years old, has settled down and is receiving some attention. People continue to make fun of her for everything, from her appearance to her hair to her very existence. She is just maturing in public, and some people find this upsetting for some reason. She was apparently considered fair game from the moment of her birth, and they have continued to do so ever since. It makes sense that, considering everything that happened with Blue, Beyoncé has been so careful to keep the twins out of the spotlight, especially Sir. She was born into a world where people treated Blue cruelly, and she will not let history happen again. It is not appropriate to have a celebrity child, despite the common belief that having a celebrity child makes you more open to criticism. Beyoncé has always kept her personal life private, so the fact that she is even more reserved about Sir than Rumi tells a lot. She is obviously doing her hardest to keep him calm. A few months ago, Beyoncé's attempts to keep Sir out of the spotlight were made quite evident to her fans. For instance, Sir was noticeably missing when she performed her well-known halftime show, which brought the house down. Her interview for The Lion King on Good Morning America followed. The fact that Blue and Rumi were immediately by her isn't a coincidence, but again, Sir was nowhere to be seen. Clearly, Beyoncé is deciding to keep him out of the spotlight. Furthermore, who is to blame for all of the vitriol that has been hurled at Blue over the years? She is merely shielding her child, like any caring mother would, from a less-than-ideal reality. Beyoncé has always had a purpose for sharing anything with the public. Her actions are all prearranged. Thus, the fact that Sir is not frequently seen is not a coincidence. Miss Tina Knowles, her mother, tried to debunk the accusations by claiming that her grandson just didn't enjoy big crowds in noisy places.
Well, Rumi is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so, I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
What is Sir interested in?
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff as much.
After Beyoncé and Jay-Z rejected Kanye West's request for help in obtaining custody of his children from his ex-partner, Kim Kardashian, the drama appeared to be over until he decided to unexpectedly rant on Twitter. Wait, he remarked on Twitter, "Has anyone ever seen the younger children of Jay-Z and Beyoncé? They're mentally challenged. No, really. Artificial insemination is quite beneficial because of this." Choosing to become a parent is a choice. I don't mind if I'm banned from Twitter. But I need everyone to be aware of Jay-Z's identity so that nobody can control me. Though not because he felt bad about his offensive comments, he eventually took down the tweets. He said he deleted them only to keep his Twitter account from being reported for violating the rules. That's that. Because he didn't want to lose his account, not because he thought about himself or understood he had overreached himself. He wrote, "I want everyone to know that I took down the posts about the families of Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Jerry Lorenzo because I was afraid of having my Twitter account banned, not because I'm a good person. Beyoncé and Jay-Z, as well as their entire families, are at the opposite extreme." He stated, "I love Jay-Z, but I feel bad because I always felt like the odd man out in this music industry, like I wanted a family. The possibility that he wouldn't go to my first wedding and pick Kendrick over me, or even us in a Super Bowl, was always there. I thought I was being morally upright when I ran on stages being made fun of on DA for wearing a red hat and being asked to. I believe that he and his spouse could have provided me more influence over my kids. The Kardashians had the chance to stop driving me crazy by using their cultural position. They both suffered greatly because I was the one who needed them the most." Kanye said, "I would regret it. No, I regret taking it down," referring to the tweet involving Jay-Z and Beyoncé, before emphasizing that he was obliged to take it down. "Taking down that tweet from Jay-Z and Beyoncé is the only thing that has upset me in the last few hours. I received a call from someone on my music team who begged me to take it down and mentioned banning, etc., on Twitter. Now that you believe Jay-Z himself forced me to take it down. I have to double down," the person stated. "I'm so mad I took it down. No well-known individual ever provided me assistance when these white mothers took my kids out of rage." Due to Kanye's offensive remarks regarding Jay-Z and his whole family, most people were not there, and I was wearing a Trump cap. It's one thing to disagree with Beyoncé and Jay-Z, but it's terrible to suddenly target their children. However, it turns out that Hazel E is not one of those people. Most people avoided Kanye for days as a result. She supported Kanye during her most recent visit on Tasha K's show, but she also hinted that she believes Sir Carter had some issues.
The comments that I've read is more so something along the line that there's some things the twins might have some kind of like issue, but the fans just want Beyonce to come out and tell the truth about what's going on with her children and be an advocate for whatever said issues might be, whatever it is. They just want her to come out and be a voice for it versus like trying to hide them, lock them in a room, act like they don't exist no more.
There are even those who think Sir might have passed away, she added.
But based on like certain things that have come out, people are drawing conclusions about the twins. At a certain point, people thought the little boy was unalive, because they hadn't seen him in so long.
It is quite unfair to say that about youngsters, especially because Sir's flaws are not proven. He may just be your typical 6-year-old, shy and frightened of crowds. Hazel E's remark on Tasha K's show read, "Why is Hazel E discussing Beyoncé's children, and not just that? Why in the world do you feel entitled to know whether or not Beyoncé's children are disabled? When discussing Beyoncé and her children, why does Hazel E look so petty? Tasha K and Hazel will never again bring me up in conversation. So I wish Beyoncé wielded her influence the way you all claim she does." After you see this following video, please leave a comment below with your ideas. I'd like to know what everyone thinks about this situation.